Listen, I want to ask you a question about the impeachment process.
Mm-hmm.
That the people who want to impeach Trump right now want to use the process to get answers to questions. The stronger subpoena power, Trump can't ignore it because he's now being impeached. And if then later on, can they decide to abort the process if they so choose?
Yes. Yeah. There is absolutely no problem with the House Judiciary Committee forming an impeachment committee, essentially, or inquiry, I guess is the word, conducting that inquiry, and then at the end of the inquiry saying, we really didn't find anything impeachable here. See you later.
Yeah, and you see what I'm saying? He said he's ignoring all the subpoenas, and the impeachment process has a lot more stronger. He has to answer to the impeachment process. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, the Supreme Court, where it's most important, I think, Howard, is that the Supreme Court is much more likely, since impeachment is in the Constitution. The Supreme and a lot of these other things are not. You've got DOJ policies and you've got laws that have been made by Congress over the years. But impeachment is in the Constitution, and also it says that the power of the president to pardon is limited during times of impeachment. That's the single restriction on pardon powers. And Trump has been dangling pardons to numerous people. We know that's one of the crimes that he's being accused of, is trying to bribe witnesses with pardons, or threaten witnesses, if they with the lack of a pardon. And so if Trump continues to stonewall Congress, and Congress then goes to the courts, which would be immediately to the Supreme Court, because they adjudicate disputes between the branches. That's their original, they have original jurisdiction in that area. Then the Supreme Court, if it's an impeachment hearing, would be very, very, very likely to say, yeah, okay, cool, Congress, you're in the right. Trump, you've got to comply.
I love Pelosi.
I do too. I think she's doing a great job.
But I think we got to impeach this guy.
I agree, and I think all she's waiting for, you're up to 25 Democrats now who've called for impeachment. There's in the neighborhood of 300 Democrats between the House and the Senate. So, when she gets past 150, I think that she's going to pull the trigger. But she's basically taking the temperature of her own caucus, which is, I think, a good thing.